Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking on this video and thank you very much for taking time out to watch me do what I do. So today my lovelies, as you can see, I've come to you with a full face of makeup. We are doing a sultry moment. I thought I'd come to the front to show you what we're going to achieve in this video. Just like the Huda Beauty one, it's just a little bit up and down, but we got there in the end. And I think this eye is a moment. It's very hooded eye friendly. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this, please continue watching and I'll see you guys at the end. Look at these sausages. Look at the sausages. I don't even want to like show you the other side because it's absolutely disgusting. It was actually putting me off from filming, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I tried to film yesterday. I could get ready with me for church. Yeah, the camera did shut off, but I think that was a sign to say, yeah, don't do it. Don't. Yeah, we're back. For those of you here, welcome to the channel. I hope you won't be a stranger. And in order to not be a stranger, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bells so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. And obviously the reason why I clicked this video is because obviously you saw what we're going to do on a thumbnail. So you might as well like the video now because... And to my fam, to my day ones. I say day ones, but I'm also addressing those that just recently joined the family. So hey to you guys, or welcome. And obviously thank you for being part of the family. I do appreciate and love all of you. Don't forget to like this video at the end. Today we are doing somewhat of a sultry kind of like makeup look. I'm actually going to repeat the glam that I did yesterday because I did the same glam. Eyes were different, but I did the same like base routine on Saturday when I actually had a friend's birthday that I went to, and my face ate down, okay? For some people, they may think, oh my gosh, it's too much makeup. No, makeup is to be worn. So if I'm gonna put something on my face, I'm gonna put it on my face. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? Also to note, some of the things I'm using today are from the My Sephora UK sale. I didn't want to do any recommendations because I really feel like the last sale that was in, what, December, Black Friday sale, nothing really much has changed in regards to what I would recommend other than those, obviously what I've used in those two videos. What I've done is I've kind of gone like a bit vintage. I bought a few vintage like products, like stuff that has been released way back when. I'm kind of liking it. Nothing new has really piqued my interest other than a setting spray. I did buy a full size of the Huda Beauty setting spray. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did that today. I felt under pressure. The impulsive part one, I will mention along the way the things that obviously I purchased recently or I've re-upped on. Let's get into what this space is gonna look like. Grab your notepad, okay? Take notes. Let's beat the face. The first product I want to show you guys that I bought during the sale, Embryolisse Lay Cream Concentrate, moisturizing cream, makeup base, moisturizing mask, makeup remover milk that has aloe vera and shea butter and is non-comedogenic. I got the 75 ml and I've been keeping it in this thing because I wanted to show you guys, but girl, this cream, the way it absorbs in the skin. I was watching a video like a week or two back. It just reminded me that I used to use this as my moisturizer. I'd never thought about using it just like to prep the skin like before like makeup. Makeup artists use this lay cream as well as the Weleda, but for me the Weleda was a little bit too thick. So as you can see, the skin is hydrated. My skin is saying thank you to me. Thank you for the hydration. So we're gonna go into the eyes, and I say I'm gonna do a quick 1-2. A lot of blending is involved. Let me just set my base with the Niçoise Color Fix in Nude 6. Okay, so with this look, ideally I could do it with one palette, but because I'm slightly extra, I'm gonna need a little few reinforcements to kind of get the look that I want. So I have actually gone in, set my lids, gone in and put a bit of brow bone action in there. You probably can't tell the difference, but it's there. I'm gonna go into the Major Dimensions 3 palette by Patrick Tar, and I'm gonna go into basically these three shades here to kind of like start off with a low crease. The light shades will be on the higher part of the crease and the deeper shades will be on the lower part of the crease. So I'm trying to kind of like build the background of this look that we're doing, and I'm bringing everything out this way. So the brow bone situation that we have, this has something to blend into. Now we're going to go into the second deepest, which is this one here, and we're going to, again, it's going to go on the crease, but what we're going to do, we're going to clean up anything that we feel that is just gone too high. We just want to lay the foundation. And again, just dragging everything out. And now we're going to go into the deeper shade. So I try to use as little brushes as possible. If you've noticed, sometimes I can go into like just 2 brushes, or a 1 brush can literally do the whole entire look. But because this one has a lot of blending involved, I will be using a few more brushes today. So this is the deepest shade that we're going into, and I'm literally just trying to cover the whole lid. I'm going into the Huda Beauty one. I use this one because it provided what I wanted. So like the orange right here is something that I went in the crease with to add just a little bit of warmth. I'm going straight into the brown. It's going to neutralize the warmth at the bottom here. As you notice, I'm not going all the way into the inner part of my eye. I'm literally where that is now. I'm literally going to stop because I don't want it to go any further. The depth should be more towards the outer part of the eye. And again, using that same left to right brush movement to pull out that shade. Keeping my other palette handy and the other brushes that I've used, I'm just going to go into this middle shade here and this last one here and go over top. This is why I said there's a lot of blending involved with this look, because you just want to make sure you get it right. You don't want to rush it back and forth with those brushes with just a little product, just making sure we're blending. And then a deeper shade, I'm concentrating it really close to my lash line. I'm going to be naughty again. I'm going to go into my I should have just gone to this Juvia's Place one instead of this. So disregard this palette. I'm going to go into the Juvia's Place Coffee palette. And I know this is accessible and obviously on more affordable side. And you probably could go in with this Justice palette. I just have these palettes in my possession and I need to use them. But you can probably just use this palette to do the look that we're trying to create here. I'm going to go into this shade, which is warm but not as warm as the previous browns we'll be using. So I'm using this to replace the brown that we got from that Huda Beauty palette. So I'm just trying to cancel it out. I'm going to do one eye together and then I'll do the other one off camera. Then I'm going to go into the deepest shade in, I should actually use another brush. I'm going to go into the deepest shade and then we're just going to again concentrate that right against the lash line. So it's almost like you're creating, remember that fox eye look that we used to do, but I'm not coming into the outer corner here. That's what I'm kind of recreating. I'm gonna go into the warmer tones, back up to the top and work our way back down again. The amount of time I went back and forth. So in essence, this is what we're trying to achieve. You can see that we've got the depth that we kind of want, because I just wanted to make sure that I knew where I was going, even though I'd done this yesterday. But today's a new day. I went back into that Patrick Tar palette. I grabbed the black on there, flat smudger brush. I first started right at the lash line, so I'm pointing it downwards so that get as close as possible and then just kind of like blend up. I'm just dragging that shade out. So it's almost like an exaggerated wing, but with eyeshadows. So yeah, it should be looking something like this. Looks a bit like when the face is done, it will totally make sense. We could pick a light shade from here. Since I said that I could use this one, so I'm just going to go into these two. Let me put it the right way up first. I'm going to go into these two shades and use a very small little fluffy brush just to blend and give us a bright inner corner. So we don't want a big brush that'll just take over everything. Also, I went into these two plus this one to kind of, should we say, contour the eye / nose area, bring a bit of structure to the makeup look. That is the eyes complete. I'm so happy it's over. Okie doke. So obviously we moisturized the face. Everything is sitting nice and lovely. I'm that girl now. I received a comment. It was on my last video. Is it Sashton or Sash TON67? So listen, color correcting will change your life. That color corrector is great for full glam. It's so pigmented and thin on the skin. I think I'm a color correcting babe. I'm not gonna lie. Sasha TON67. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm sorry. I think I've turned into that babe. So I'm just going to fluff and blend, but as you can see, it's really just like balancing the tone of my skin. One size dark deep, and I lightly, and when I say lightly, I just grab a bit, tap it off, and I go back into the lid and I just sweep that powder or whatever's left in the cap. I just sweep it everywhere I've put the color corrector because this helps kind of like neutralize the orange as well. I'm even shopping around for other color correctors like I want to try. I know NARS do one. Tinted, is it Tinted? Does one like a stick, like a pencil form. Morphe came out with a color corrector. I've seen it, Cinnamon 04, on sale at the moment for £11 something on Look Fantastic. Now I'm going to go into another product, which is my primer, but it's going to double as, I don't want to say corrector again. It's going to give coverage as well as balance out the tone of the foundation I'm going to use. That's my Dahlia Marix shade 10. When I see my stuff like this, it makes me so happy because it's like I have used my money's worth. Like, look at that. And what did I do? I bought another one. I bought it on sale. And I'm going to go over, because this is my primer in essence, because I didn't use any other primer. So yeah, we are laying the foundation of where we're going next. You might think it's too much, but it's what I want to do. So I'm now going to go into my concealers. The first shade I'm going to use is from Too Faced and the shade Cocoa. And the second shade I'm going to use is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Magic Touch Concealer in the shade 14. So I'll be right back. So I've blended out that concealer and now going to contour using the Rare Beauty Pinch Contour in the shade Peaceful. Okay, so we contour to some extent, but we're going to reinforce once we get the foundation on. So the foundation of choice is an old school but has been reformulated. I would say that the formulation has been upgraded. This was actually part of my, should we say, top 3 foundations, or the only 3 foundations I really kind of like dabbled in when I first started getting into makeup. Obviously the first one, which is our girl MAC, like duh. Second one was Estee Lauder, and the third one was Lancome Teint Idole, whereas before we used to call it Teint Idole. This is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation, and it's in the shade, I don't know if you see it, but it's in the shade 540C. So the reason why I put that first base on, which was Dahlia Marix Blur in shade 10, is because it leans very warm. Whereas this is a cool shade, even though it slightly leans warm, but the dry down is kind of cool. This is the deepest shade. I don't know why after so many years this is still the deepest shade, or have they expanded? I'm not quite sure. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's put 2 pumps. Well, I say 2 pumps, that's 2 pumps. So I'm going to use my Sigma brush to blend this in. Saturate the brush. So I'm just going to press this into the skin. As I said, we're going to reinforce that contour, but this is such a throwback. This base will not move. I'm going to go away, reinforce my contour, place this in the areas that I want to highlight, and then we can get into setting together. So the face is blended out. We're going to use our staples to set the under eye, which is the Maybelline. It's just so annoying. Again, I was looking for a powder that I wanted to use for just under eye purposes, but I just didn't find one. I wanted to get the Rare Beauty one, but I just wasn't sure about the shades. If any of you have used it, please let me know in the comment section below, because it would help, even though by the time this video goes out the sale would have been over, but still I would like to know, because there could be another sale coming up. So far, the products I have used, this I got in the sale off of Look Fantastic, because there's a lot of vendors right now that are doing sales. My kind of like mindset during this period is to find where I can find it the cheapest. So the next thing I did was go into blush, and I went into Dahlia from Juvia's Place. I would love to get their liquid bronzers. During the sale, I felt like I had to shop to get the best price in everything. And there's certain things that I got on Beauty Bay that I found cheaper than getting it during the Sephora sale. Anyway, we've got this blush on. It looks like we've gone ham, but it's okay. We're gonna go into Dark Deep. Okay, obviously you guys have seen this before. I don't need to explain it or anything. For me, the sale wasn't really sailing. It wasn't really like, oh my gosh, I need to get this. But I didn't really shop too hard. More so, I concentrated on vintage products. I got Pat McGrath foundation. Listen, I got the foundation, I got the concealer. Yes, she's been out for a while, but what I'm actually trying to do, I love complexion, right? You guys should know that already, alright? If you don't know, you get to know. I'm trying to kind of like build the kind of like ultimate foundation collection for myself. These foundations are the ones, because I'm trying to establish my benchmark brands. So most of my benchmark brands, I know that, okay, I'm going to re-up on those things. Like Dahlia Marix right now is a benchmark brand for me. And I'm kind of like veering off from face. I didn't think that coming into 2025 that the Myrick's is my #1 benchmark brand. I know there's a number of products that I know that I'm using and they deliver without fail. And then we have MAC, same situation. You have those kind of like curious brands, so they can be the likes of like Dior. Like Dior is not like a benchmark brand, but I just like the foundation. Patrick Tara as well. I like the foundation. It's nice. Huda Beauty is in between a benchmark and a like curious kind of like brand for me. The fact that I can do a full face and it came out stunningly, I must say. You haven't seen it, I'll link up here. Unbeknownst to me, right, Huda Beauty, unbeknownst to me, I think was a benchmark brand for me because it's not the first time I did a full face of Huda Beauty, and I love her products, from her setting powders to her concealers to her new foundation. I loved the back in the day foundations. The luminous one, not so much, but the first full coverage foundation, loved. Her eyeshadow palettes, loved. Lip liner, lipsticks. See, that's a benchmark brand. The fact that I can go into that brand and be able to use all those products, do a full face and say, yes, I don't have anything to worry about who's working well with who. That's what I mean by benchmark brands. But anyway, let's get back into the face. Talk over, okay? If you want to talk about it more, we can talk about it in another video, but yeah. As in, like, since I used it in my Huda Beauty video, I can't put her down. A lovely member of the family suggested I use Peach Pie, but I'd already invested in a new one. No, I know. It wasn't part of the plan, but and yeah, I've been loving using Blondie to bake. And that's what we're gonna do right now. I bought the bigger size in the sale. I think I got mine from Cult Beauty because I had some credit rewards, should I say. It's a nice color. It's not too yellow, as for example, like the Kunafa. So I'm going to bronze up my face. Pat McGrath. This is in Bronze Mahogany. Contour, very minimal. I'm going into Burnished Honey. So she's kind of like a lighter bronzer that will complement that blush. A full face of Pat McGrath is coming. Be prepared, okay? Because Pat McGrath was like, girl, I have one already on my channel with techniques that have improved, and we got back to the year, honey. I got a vault of her shadows, of her motherships, and we're gonna go into that. For blush, again, we're going into Pat McGrath again. Paradise Venus. This is gonna go in the back. So it's like giving a bit of context, complementing that Dahlia shade that we used earlier. And then we're gonna go into Saharan blush palette. See, now I'm almost in pan on this here. What Juvia's Place needs to do, I don't think they have the shade in the duo blushes, but we need this shade to come back, Juvia. I need this shade in a single, like, component. I was supposed to use another blush, but we are here. And that will come in another video. This is what happens when I don't film on my regular filming days. So with the eyes, instead of using, actually I did use a black. For the eyes, I used a black liner. So this one is, I can't find my melt one. So yeah, I'm gonna use the Made by Mitchell Black Track Full Smudge No Budge pencil in Black Track to tight line. Charlotte Tilbury's falling down there somewhere, otherwise I would have used that instead. I'm just using that to tight line the outer part. And instead of using black in my lower waterline, I use this melt pencil in, is it cacao? And I'm going to use that and put that in my waterline. I think I did that because it was more of a day look for me rather than an evening look. An evening look, you could probably use black. So now I have one more product that I bought recently, new formulation in a way. It's the MAC, okay? It's the MAC Studio Fix foundation, the Studio Fix Powder Plus foundation in the shade NC46. She looks a bit yellow. If I pull her back here, you can see she has obviously the coolness that the NC is for, neutral cool. This is reformulated. So I went into store to actually get color matched. I went to Stratford Westfield and there was a lovely girl. Her name was Halle Bailey, because I remember that my niece is actually called Callie Bailey, and as in obviously it was quite similar, just different letters at the start of the name. But Halle Bailey, if you are watching, thank you so much for color matching me, because this is so blurring and so nice under the eyes. I've only invested in this shade. I actually got 50% as well, so thank you again, Halle. So yeah, I only wanted to try for the under eye first, and when we were matching, I asked for NW60 to kind of see if it's going to be a nice bronzer, because obviously MAC products are multi-purpose. So I thought NW60 is a new shade. How would that look as a bronzer? And it looked absolutely stunning. So when there's a sale on MAC, one thing for sure, two things for certain, I'm getting that NW60, but I'm only going to get it on sale. Okay, NC46. I'm going to use that to blend out our bake. This is so smoothing. For coverage, you do have to build it up because obviously it has no talc. Whereas with the previous formulation, it was full coverage. You have space to build up. And I think that's what makes it not so heavy under the eyes. But I love this version. Like, look at the face. Can you see, if it was the old version, you would have seen that powder. I still have the old ones. I like that one too. This one gives a lovely finish. And the blur on it, amazing. I did say I was going to show you my Sephora brush that I got. It's the Pro Powder 50 Sephora brush. Also got it 25% off. So I'm going to use this powder. That is not available here, by the way. I'm going to use this powder to finish off the rest of my face. And I'm going to come back. We're just going to wrap up this video. I'm going to put lashes on. And there's just one more product. Should I do it now? Yeah, let's do it now quickly. Let me just powder off my face and bring everything together. So using that small little fluffy brush that we used to put the light part in, let me just use whatever's left on the brush to kind of reinforce. What I then did was go into the Fenty Diamond Bomb How Many Carats? I want to say 01, which is a silver one. It's not a product I thought I would need, but when it was a sale, I had to get it. So I just lightly grab a bit of that and just literally glaze it over, I mean, from the inner corner. I don't know if you can see the difference that made compared to the other eye. The way the light hits it is like next level shimmer. So I have a little hack, okay? I'm not gonna go into my MAC Fix Plus original setting spray. I'm gonna go straight into the Easy Bake. After I've done the review and everything, I went into the office and I wanted my face to last the whole day. So obviously I went into the Easy Bake setting spray. I sprayed it, I went to Fenty and I put this on top. My face was dry. It was so dry, it was annoying. And it annoyed me the whole day because I felt like my face was dry, it was stiff. No oils were coming through. I went to MAC, I need hydration on my face because my face is so dry. She goes, oh, let me bring Magic Radiance. And obviously, I have Magic Radiance. The way my face came alive had the most natural kind of like finish. It literally looked like I just had my makeup done and like my face was revived. It was so dehydrated. But as soon as she sprayed the Magic Radiance on top, girl, get the blur as well as the hydrated blur look. It was beautiful. Anyway, I digress. Check if there's any splotches because those splotches actually dry down funny. I'm gonna go into this now. Oh, it's gonna look so good. So let me go put some lashes on, mascara, and then we can close out this video. Bye. So guys, I am back and this is the finished look. Finally, the lips, I used Huda Beauty Habibi and a Jouer Cosmetics cream lipstick. It's the Habibi that's giving a glow. I didn't want to use a gloss today, so I think this is nice because it's supposed to be a sultry like moment, especially with the eyes. I used shorter fluffy lashes to kind of create more drama. The depth is kind of like focused in the outer corner, as you guys can see. What do you guys think? I hope the gist of the makeup is making sense because it's kind of like hooded eye kind of friendly moment. The setting sprays, do you see what I mean? It's giving blur, but it's not giving dry blur. So those two setting sprays together, I thought was a perfect match. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I hope you guys have learned something from this video. I will do a video of more products that I've kind of like bought during the sale. I didn't buy a lot, but I just kind of, as I said, I bought a few vintage products that I just kind of want to get back into and kind of explore and see what it's saying. But anyway, my lovelies, again, for those of you here, thank you so much for coming by. Don't be a stranger and join the family and also like this video. And to my fam again, thank you so much for coming back and supporting you, girl. I do appreciate you all. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hopefully with nails. Bye.